We don't know, but now there's been another mass shooting starting in Orlando, Florida, at an office building. We'll give you more on this as it develops. Let's talk to Paul in Oregon. Paul, you're on the air.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see 3 or 4 more mass shootings or something similar to the D.C. sniper. You have been telling us for a while now that we are going to be making that switch in the next month or so to the world government or the banking regulations. They're not going to be covering that if they're
Paul, let me ask you this, because I wish I had the clips ready. How many times in the last 6-8 months have I said they're going to stage mass shootings, and if you see a whole bunch of them together, you know it's staged, especially if they're military or involved in psychiatry? I mean, that's exactly what I say, and then what do you see happening? It doesn't look good.
You've said it several times. I also wanted to make a point. We were talking about mind control. I don't know if you've seen these. They're getting the kids ready nowadays for this stuff, to be plugged into the functional MRIs and things like that. There's a toy on the market called the Mind Flex. Have you seen that?
Yes, they've got a bunch of games where children hook into wires and interface their brain, and brain scanning's wonderful, and spy toys to spy on your parents, and lots of the Playmobil and Lego toys are all about checkpoints and searching people and police dogs, and most of the new toy soldiers say UN on the sides of the vehicle. USA has been removed. It's bad.
And it's conditioning, right?
Yes.
They're just conditioning us. I also wanted to make a point that we are getting through to people, Alex. I'm a part of a martial arts community online, and part of that community talks about things like what you talk about. We do bring up things, and we show people your films. And there's a police officer on here that was being briefed yesterday about needing to take the swine flu shot, and he basically just raised the questions that this hasn't been tested. I mean, what are they putting in this vaccine? And he could tell that there are several officers there that are not going to be taking the shot, and he just made point to them that if everyone's sick, aren't we easier to control? And they all kind of uncomfortably laughed and kind of took his point to heart.
Yeah, everybody who's got any instincts or any discernment and who has done any intellectual research knows something's wrong. I mean, the bad stuff's going on. Everybody has this ominous feeling, and it's not Al-Qaeda that's got us scared, folks, whether you believe in that or not. Everybody knows it's the government, it's the corporations, it's what they're putting in the water. I mean, we have a government that admits they spike the water with chemicals to brain damage us, give us cancer, and sterilize us. I mean, they admit it. So how do we trust anything they do? I mean, that's all I'm saying. Good points, Paul. Mike, Connie, Nikki, Kevin, many others. Your calls are straight ahead. 1-800-259-9231. Got 3 guests coming up today. Bob Chapman on the economy, a news reporter about the Army arresting regular citizens out on the streets of America. We've got a reporter coming on about Goldman Sachs and their chicanery. Very important broadcast on this Friday edition. Please stay with us. Have you heard that millionaire, entrepreneur, businessman, your congressional candidate, and author Robert Beatles wrote a new book called Here's What You Do? You can buy it at here'swhatyoudO.net as an ebook for $6 or the book for $10. And we have an audio book on its way for you commuters as well. Here's What You Do tells you exactly what to do to survive and thrive in these harsh economic times. This book will work for anyone, rich, poor, middle class, it doesn't matter. This book truly has the information that can make you wealthy, and it will tell you how to protect your wealth as well. You know the government isn't looking out for you. You need to look out for yourself. The economy is bad, but it's probably going to get worse. You must prepare and make sure you are able to financially take care of yourself and your loved ones. Go to here'swhatyoudO.net and start today. Again, it is here'swhatyoudO.net. That's here'swhatyoudO.net. One last time, it's here'swhatyoudO.net. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Hey folks, this is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about OxySilver, the world's most advanced silver hydrosol that Dr. Horowitz says can make risky vaccines and antibiotics avoidable. You've heard Dr. Leonard Horowitz and others urge vaccination avoidance. Instead, use vitamin C, D, and OxySilver, along with Zeolife for broad-spectrum detoxification. Using NASA science, OxySilver is nanosilver covalently bonded to water. OxySilver safely electrocutes pathogens, oxygenates for faster healing, then delivers a 528 hertz frequency homeopathic-like energy that Dr. Horowitz proves is fundamental to life and recovering health. He also recommends Zeolife for blood cleansing and GI Flora Pro as a probiotic for intestinal immunity. Help others and earn extra income. Become a Healthy World affiliate free online. To order OxySilver or to find out more, visit oxysilver.net. That's OXY silver.net. Or call about OxySilver, Zeolife, and GI Flora Pro toll free at 1-888-KO-GERMS. That's 1-888-KO-GERMS. Do it now.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
CNN and the Associated Press are both reporting at least 8 people shot in a downtown Orlando high-rise. The police are dressed up in Army-style uniforms. Southeast Asian camo, completely ridiculous, because they like to play soldier, and the government wants to acclimate everyone to troops on the streets so that they're indistinguishable, just like what we saw at the G20. Police dressed like military, military dressed like police, riding around with sound cannons, shooting people with it for no reason, and attacking old women with police dogs, completely out of control. And they're just milling around, putting on all sorts of combat gear. And the witnesses have identified a man in a blue polo shirt and jeans going around shooting people. And watching the news during the break, it looks like the police have not stormed the building. They've blocked off the highways around the area and are cordoning off. So Lord knows how many more people will die because the police don't just storm the building. Like this woman police officer reportedly did, shooting Nadal Hassan 4 times and not killing him, though. They said for 6 hours he'd been killed, and now they're saying he wasn't killed, and then they're saying there were 2 other shooters, but now there weren't. If it is true, this female police officer killed this guy before the feds could get control and tell everybody to stand down, can you imagine how many more people this Fruit Loop would have killed? I don't know. Anybody comes around here trying to have a mass shooting, I'm gonna fight. Got a firearm right here, right beside me on the radio. Not playing games. The answer is more guns, less crime. Look at Chicago. Look at New York. Look at their higher crime rates. Connie, Nikki, Kevin, Michael, and others. We're going to your phone calls here in just a moment. After I take those calls, I do want to say today that I want to let some first-time callers get involved as well. A lot of these people are first-time, but are not frequent callers. We want people to be able to get involved on air with us. The toll-free number to join us is 1-800-259-9231.